is #1 sunscreen in Korea, when in fact nobody has really heard of BOJ. Yes, the most controversial products, the sunscreens. And I know this is a cult, not only YesStyle but on TikTok. I can't seem to find that glow. Hey guys, before we get this video started, I want to let you guys know the good news that Slow Recipe has decided to extend their 107 sale up until the 14th. Woo! A lot of you guys have been taking advantage of the sale, especially because Slow Recipe offers free global shipping for purchases over $30, and you guys know that the 107 products that they have on sale right now are especially my favorites, including their 107 chocolate jelly low pH cleanser, as well as their Sosa Vimbai and vitamin C serum, and their collagen jelly, which contains not only vinegar but also aronia, so it offers a little bit more of the vavavoom, more than just collagen. So all of these you can get at 40% as a package, so take advantage. Or if you just want to get the cleanser, that's fine too. It's such a good deal, guys, and free global shipping for just over $30. That is a deal that you cannot find anywhere. And so I just had to let you guys know, this is not sponsored, this is not a sponsored bid. It's such a good opportunity, guys, so I just had to let you guys know on this. But yeah, let's get on with the video. Hey guys, it's Sue here. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things tips and hacks related to getting that healthy skin, mind, and body. If you're new here, hi, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, join the fam. I'm your best gal to help you navigate through the very confusing, overwhelming, but fun and exciting world of beauty, skincare, K-beauty, you name it, with my decade experience in this industry. All right, first off, happy 2025! Oh my gosh! It's kind of a surreal to be celebrating 2025. It is definitely not how I imagined it to be. I imagined 2025 to, I don't know, I expected at least like flying AI cars or something. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great start off to this year. And for the first video of 2025, I thought it would be very, very interesting to compare which products, which K-beauty skincare products are #1 and popular in each countries of US and Korea, because there is a very, very clear disparity. As a matter of fact, I'm so shocked to find out that people to this day still think that the BOJ sunscreen is #1 sunscreen in Korea, when in fact nobody has really heard of BOJ. I think nowadays, because BOJ is focusing a lot in the Korean market, people are like, oh, look at this brand, so let's check it out. But up until recently, honestly, no one has heard of this brand. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think it's just a matter of where K-beauty brands decide to focus their target audience on, where they want to invest their money in. I personally have also worked with a lot of K-beauty brands that wanted to target specifically into US as opposed to focusing on the Korean market, etc. So there's nothing wrong with that, but I thought it would still be fun to see what products are popular in each country. I referenced all the rankings across diverse platforms, including but not limited to Olive Young Global Powder Room, YesStyle, Glow Pick, etc. So without further ado, let's get this video started. First off, let's take a look at the skin's philosophy for each country, because I think the difference in this philosophy kind of attests to why certain products are popular in each country. So in Korea, I think skincare is definitely more of a lifestyle. Yes, we are crazy about skincare, and we have curated all of our lifestyle routines to get the healthy skincare. So it's a lot about prevention, staying out in the sun, eating a lot of supplements, and we do take a very conservative and careful approach when it comes to taking care of our skin, and we do a lot of SPF, we do a lot of gentle ingredients, gentle formulations. Whereas in the US, I do feel like it's more solution focused or solution based, so it's really about seeing that quick results, strong actives. People want visible results and they want it fast. It's all about retinol, vitamin C, exfoliation, which I think in Korea we are also kind of catching up on that, but there is still a difference, and there's nothing wrong, there's nothing bad about each philosophy. It's just a matter of different stances that we are taking. So without further ado, let's start with round one. Ding, ding, ding! We are starting off with, yes, the most controversial products, the sunscreens. First, I have the BOJ. This is a Relief Sunrise Probiotics sunscreen, and then I have, of course, the Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Sunscreen. The BOJ is one that blew up in the States. It is #1 on YesStyle. And then here we have the Round Lab one, which is a classic #1 in Korea. This has hit ranked #1 sunscreen out Olive Young for consecutively for many years. A lot of Koreans, we just have our SPF game down, and I see a lot of people use this. Both are chemical SPFs, meaning that they have incorporated organic UV filters, the newer latest ones including UVA A, Tinsorb S, etc. And each sunscreens of course have different marketing points. So for the Joseon Minyeong one, they boast of having rice extract, which is going to help even and brighten up your complex, as well as probiotics, which is going to smooth out your texture and help fortify your skin barrier. On the other hand, the Round Lab one boasts of having birch juice or birch tree juice, which boasts of being a very rich hydrating ingredient, as it has a lot of amino acids in it as well as minerals in it. So it's going to be very hydrating. Now here's the crazy twist. Despite the difference in the popularity in each country, the formulation of these two SPFs are actually very similar, if not identical. As a matter of fact, they were manufactured by the same manufacturing company in Korea, Kolmar, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of people get a blind test wrong if we did it with these two products. Both have a very similar formulations of that creamy hydrating lotion that spreads out evenly, delectably across your face, and there's no white cast in it, and just leaves that nice glowing sheen behind. Just feels like you did a really good job in doing a nice skincare routine. And the finish is similar, how it feels it's similar, how it looks is similar, so that is a crazy twist. So because they're so similar for round one, I think it just comes down to two things: how accessible they are to you, because I know that the Round Lab one, they released a US version, and the Korean one, now you can get it on the Olive Young global website or just certain websites. And second point is, of course, the price points and the sales that they've going on. So because they're so similar, reach out for the cheaper one. Obviously, get more usage out of your money. They are both 50 ml, and I referenced the webpage, Korean home website for these two, for all products, by the way. So the BOJ one costs 18,000 won in Korea, whereas the Round Lab costs 25,000 won. So BOJ is a lot more affordable, so I guess the BOJ wins. Just on the personal note, I do reach out for the Round Lab a little bit more just because I've worked with this brand a lot more. I know the CEOs, I know the people behind the scenes, and they're all very nice, sweet, and caring. And as a brand themselves, they do a lot to give back to the society. They do a lot of charity service, they donate a lot. So just on a whole, as a brand image, you know, I do tend to lean towards Round Lab a bit more. But other than that, honestly guys, just reach out for whatever you can get your hands on at a lower cost. The next round, let's look into cleansing oils. That's right guys. First I have the Skin 104 Madagascar Centella Light Cleansing Oil, and then here the Manya Pure Cleansing Oils. Now these two products, they're very popular, as you guys know. With the Skin 104, not only is it popular in the US, but it's also very popular in other countries as well, in Europe, etc. And this actually ranked #2 in the Yes Style Cleansing Oil category for 2024. With the Manya one, this won the #1 cleansing oil for the Olive Young Awards for 2024 and has won #1 for 4 years consecutively. So it's a very popular one that a lot of Koreans love using. Now let's look at these cleansing oils a little bit more in detail, shall we? With the Skin 104, this claims to be an all-in-one light cleansing oil that will remove everything from your makeup to your SPFs, etc. Whereas the Manya one boasts of being a very gentle one that's going to help gently remove everything while taking care of your sebaceous filaments on your nose, etc. Now with these two, unlike the SPFs, which feel really similar, I feel like with these two, they have very different roles, and I do love them for very different reasons. With the Skin 104, if you guys been a very long time follower, you guys know this used to be my go-to cleansing oil, and I still do love it because it is very potent, removing everything while being a very light cleansing oil to deal with. It doesn't feel suffocating, it doesn't feel heavy, it just glides on your face and removes everything ever so effortlessly. Also, when I use this, I don't feel the need to reach out for a second cleanser. This is very potent and effective. Whereas the Manya one, I'll be honest guys, I actually did not like this at all before, just because I just never really liked thicker oils. Yes, the formulation of this is a lot more viscous compared to Skin 104. This, honestly, you can tell straight off the bat, it almost looks watery, right? Whereas with the Manyo one, you can tell it looks a lot more gloopy. So with these ones, I just never used to be a fan because they used to feel suffocating on my skin. I felt like they weren't rinsing off very well. But after I discovered the Fanku one, which is also a very thick cleansing oil, I noticed that thicker cleansing oils also have their amazing perks. The biggest perk being that because they're thicker, this thick viscous formulation acts as a cushion or buffer so that it kind of minimizes any irritation that you might get from the friction that occurs between your hands and your skin. So I've noticed that when I use this, my skin doesn't feel as drying. I don't feel that pulling sensations as much. And so with that being said, when I use this, yes, it's gentle, but I do feel like I need to reach out for a second cleanser. So for this round, I just feel like it just comes down to what you are looking for with cleansing oils. If you want something that is easy, works, and it's simple, all in one, definitely reach out for the Skin 104. But if you're like, oh, I want something that's a little bit more gentle, a little bit more shy, a little bit more kind of mothering, if you will, make sure to check out the Manyo one. And let's quickly take a look at the price point. So the Manyo one, the price is 39,000 won for 300 ml, and then this Skin 104 is 21,000 won for 20 ml. So if you do the calculations, the Skin 104 is a little bit more cheaper, but to be honest, they're pretty similar in pricing. So get whatever is accessible to you, whatever offers free global shipping, whatever is on sale. And also, please take into consideration what you're looking for when it comes to cleansing oils. But I feel like with this round, there is no winner, there is no loser. Very different cleansing oils with very distinct characteristics. Moving on to round 3, ding, 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 we are going to look at these two very popular creams. Yes, both of them have a cult of their own. Here I have the Sturato Berry 365 cream, a very, very popular cream in Korea. As a matter of fact, this one #1 in the cream category at the Olive Young rankings for 2024. Now on my right, I have the Cosrx Advanced Snail 92 All-in-One cream. This is also a very popular cream. This actually won #1 in the Yes Style ranking. And I know this is a cult, not only Yes Style, but on TikTok. So these two are very, very popular. Now let's take a closer look at these two products because they're very actually polar and show very different properties. With the Cosrx one, obviously like its name, it has 92% of the snail secretion filtrate. This is a cream that's going to help nourish, moisturize skin, help damage skin, help with healing, etc., and help diminish the appearance of fine lines. On the other hand, with the Astura one, this is packed, jam-packed with fatty acids, lots of different types of patented ceramides that have been encapsulated so you can actually see the capsules. These capsules fortunately melt very, very easily on your skin, and this cream is going to help really fortify your skin, help nourish, moisturize your skin barrier, etc. Now let's take a look at the formulation. With the Cosrx one, I almost feel like the formulation is a more creamified version of the Misha Bipolar Renew Ampler, and because it has a snail ingredient, it's definitely schmucky, mucky, sticky, like you're running snot when you eaten something spicy. Now here's what's interesting. When I used to have oily, very oily skin back in my 20s, the whole snail line was very heavy. It felt oily, it felt too much. But now that I have developed very, very dry skin, I actually have developed a nice appreciation for this line, as a matter of fact. And as I was testing it in preparation for this video, I actually liked using it very much. Especially, it says all-in-one cream, so I tried it on its own without using any other skincare. And even though this didn't moisturize my skin up to 100%, it was not bad. Like I'd say like 70-80%, which is saying a lot because I have an extensive skincare routine. And the fact that I was able to cover somewhat of the moisturizing level of my skin with this cream was pretty impressive. Now, like the Cosrx one, the Astura one is also nourishing, but in a very different way. Straight off the bat, you can tell that it's a more creamier, milkier, opaque version, and it feels more buttery. I will say compared to the first generation, so this is a second upgrade, compared to the first generation, this feels like vegan butter. The first generation had a very beautiful animal-based, like organic, buttery feel to it that just felt so rich on my skin, but this one feels a bit lighter, but it still feels very, very nourishing on the skin. So both are very nourishing, but in very different ways, which is very interesting. Now, who is the winner for this round? Honestly, like the cleansing oils, it really matters on what you're looking for. Both are very potent moisturizers, and yet there's a slight difference in how they play out. With the Esturon, it almost feels like an ointment to me. Very concentrated, almost medicine-like. So I feel like this is more effective when it comes to actually healing wounded or hardened or weakened skin barrier. Whereas I feel like with the Cosrx one, it's just a good, reliable moisturizer that's just going to protect your skin from whatever, come what may, you know? And I know a lot of people with acne-prone skin actually like this. A lot of people have said that the whole snail line, advanced snail line, has helped them with battle their acne scars, redness, etc. And I think one of the reasons why that is because the moisturizing power, the longevity of how long the moisturizing effect lasts on your skin is very, very high because of that sticky snail-like formulations. And because of that, this does an amazing job in hydrating your skin for a very long time. So I don't think that this line equals acne healing. I just think that this whole line is very good at moisturizing that really aids in the acne wound healing scar process. Now the Cosrx one retails for 19,000 won for 100 ml, and then the Estura retails for 30,000 won for 80 ml. That's pretty pricey. So obviously the Cosrx one is a lot more affordable, but if I just personally had to give you guys my 2 cents, I do feel like in terms of just how elegant the formulation is and taking consideration the amount of R&D technology that's been incorporated, the Estura does win, especially with the recent second upgrade. So this round, likewise, it really does matter on what you're looking for and like the price points, but I do have to give it up to the Estura one. Not hating on this one though, I really did enjoy this one. Last round, we're going to take a look at these 2 cushions that are blowing up, especially the Tier one. I love what they're doing, Tier. Oh, I just love their campaign that they did with Miss Darcy, who I'm just smitten with. I think she's lovely, she's so cute. I love her content, just everything. And the fact that they, just released a bunch of shades, variety of shades, is just really, I want to applaud them because that is an investment. That is a huge investment that a company has to make, especially when you don't know how the audience is going to react. You know, they're testing the waters for the first time, so you gotta give that to them. So this cushion is blowing up in the US and more people are gaining interest in cushion foundations. Now on the other side, we have the JSM 정샘물, the Skin Essentials Neuter Cushion. This cushion has also won #1 in the Olive Young Awards for 2024 in the cushion category, and this has been #1 for a very long time. And if you guys have been my longtime follower, you know that I used to be the biggest fan of this. Of course, my new love, the Shiseido one, has kind of taken over, but I still do love this. So we're gonna take a closer look at how these 2 compare. Now, both cushions are actually pretty on the heavier side. The formulation, they're not your sheer light, dewy, ooey, like glazed kind of formulations. Both are pretty weighty, should I say. The Tier one being a bit more weighty. So let's start out with this one. This one has full coverage, it's semi-matte, and on the website, the Korean website, it does say it does give you that nice natural glow, but for me, especially during the winter times, I can't seem to find that glow. But this does play out as semi-matte to pretty matte for me, especially during this time of the year. It does fill up my pores very nicely. It has very good longevity. It stays very true to its initial state even as time goes by, and mixes in well very nicely with my sweat and sebum if I am happening to have a hot day. Like right now, I'm sweating and I have this cushion on, and I gotta say, my skin looks amazing. Now, because this one is a bit more matte and it's very, very dry in Korea right now, I do have to do a very good job in prepping my skin for it, or else it gets too dry, let me just say. Now let's look at the JSM one. The JSM one has a bit of a thicker formulation, so please be careful when you're using it. And so with that being said, it also fills up my pores very nicely. And this, honestly, the best part about this cushion is how your skin looks over time. It mixes in well so nicely with your sebum, natural sweat. that my skin just looked better and better with time. And JSM, she's a very famous makeup artist in Korea. She really tries to attain that perfect, you know, the Korean actress, flawless, my skin but better look. So she made sure, you know, that was achievable with this cushion, with the shade, with the formulation, the finish, the longevity, etc. So I feel like this is a very elegant cushion and you're gonna love it if you do like a little bit of that glowing, dewy skin. This also has medium to high coverage. I don't feel the need to reach out for a concealer specifically when I use these, but the coverage isn't up there like the tier 1. This has very high coverage. And with these two, these are pretty different, but I have to give it up to the JSM one just because the formulation is so elegant. If you do like more of a semi-matte cushion, do make sure to check out the tier 1. There's nothing bad. And of course, the shade range that they offer is amazing. That is the only downside of this cushion. They don't have too much shade, and I'm hoping they'll branch out because I feel like this is kind of like the epiphany of what K-beauty cushions can offer. I do love this a little bit more, but on hot summer days, I will reach out for the tier 1. I do like using this, so there is a little difference in that. Now for the price points, let's look at it. The tier 1 is 29,000 won without a refill, and then the JSM one is 45,000 with refill. So if you do the calculations, JSM is a tad bit cheaper, which is very surprising, but it's very similar in pricing. So it kind of comes down to what finish you like, accessibility, and if the cushions have it in your shade. With the JSM one, even though they don't have a big variety of shades, with the hues that they do offer, they're very suitable for Asian skin tones. And they have very different slight nuances, changes to it. So you can really be specific in what shade you want. You can go for something that's very natural, or you can go for something that kind of brightens up your complexion without you having to really up the shades and going like too ghostly. Whereas the tier 1, I found that the shade that they offer looks very natural, a lot of yellow red hue base to it. So once again, with this one, I gotta go with JSM. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have experienced these products yourself, please let us know how it worked out for you and which ones you prefer. Are you Team USA? Are you Team Korea? Let us know in the comments down below, because sharing is caring, and I know products work so differently for everyone. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Alright guys, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next. Ciao!